Hello, welcome to your Friday. This is week 44. It is the 13th day of November 2020, and it's Friday the 13th. Any superstitious people out there? Just thought I'd note Friday the 13th and say it in kind of a scary way, right? Last week I talked about perseverance. I never know how a topic is going to be received until I actually post it. Last week were quite a few views and quite a few comments, many of which made me think, and I appreciate that. I gave a shout out to handshakes and hugs, of which I got equal comments. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and taking the time to comment. And I realized with handshakes and hugs, most every interaction starts with a handshake or a hug. Not all of them, but to me they do. If I meet someone for the first time, I want to shake their hand. If I haven't seen someone for a while, I'll shake their hand or give them a hug. And the absence of that changes the interaction a little bit, doesn't it? Almost maybe awkward. I feel like I should shake your hand, but I can't, right? We're reduced to fist bumps, virtual hugs, but that's okay for now. We're doing the best we can. But thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your comments. Today, our shout out is the same as our topic, and that is silence. Silence. Many people are very uncomfortable in silence, whether they're alone or with other people. Some people have to have a radio or a TV on. Some people have to constantly talk in the presence of someone else. But you know what? Silence is an amazing thing. I did a little bit of research this week. I'll hit you with a couple definitions and then something that I found which is really awesome. Oxford Languages defines silence, complete absence of sound. Vocabulary.com, quietness or a lack of sound. I wonder if I wrote a dictionary and I took silence and put quietness, could I just go to quietness and put silence? Is that all there really is to a definition? At any rate, we all know what silence is. We know what silence is when we're alone and when we're with people. But did we know there are health and emotional benefits? Well, I didn't know that. So I did a little bit of research. I found a site called psychcentral.com. And it talks about the overall well-being health-wise in silence. One of which lowers blood pressure. How about that? It helps your mind to relax a little bit, lowers your blood pressure. We could all benefit from that in today's world, right? Boost the body's immune system, something I had never even imagined. But to boost your immune system, especially today with COVID, is very important, right? Growing new cells. I'm not quite sure what all that means, but it sounds good, doesn't it? How about lowering blood cortisol levels and adrenaline? I have no idea what that means. Well, I kind of do. But in the definition of that, it says 2 minutes of silence relieves tension in the body and brain and is more relaxing than listening to music. How about that? Many people think listening to music is the most relaxing thing you can do. When you go to bed, put on some music. If you're running around the house doing stuff, put on some music. Silence is better than music, according to this site. How about promote good hormone regulation? Again, not sure how it works or exactly what it means, but it sounds good, right? Prevent plaque formation in arteries. Again, like with blood pressure, I think we could all benefit from that, right? So those are the health benefits. I like that. That's good enough. But there's more. How about the emotional benefits? First of all, Let's think about what it takes to go silent. Shut your TV off, your radio, your phones, your computers, everything that makes a sound, and sit there. It's very difficult to do today. Are you able to shut your phone off and not worry about someone texting or calling? I have to admit, it's difficult for me. But many times I like to put my phone away. I don't like to be that attached to it. But it also doesn't mean that everything else is silent. It's an effort to get that silence, isn't it? So let's look at a couple of the definitions for emotional benefits. Creativity. If you're a musician or an artist, you definitely know what creativity is. But think about it in terms of silence and overall life in general. You may come up with an idea to save time in chores, save time running around town, put your day together. On the most simple level, silence can develop creativity in you. Awareness of self-environment. So if you're at home and you sit in a chair, you shut off all your devices, your TVs and everything, you become keenly aware of quite a few things in your environment. There may be sounds, sights, smells that you just don't typically pay attention to. I like that. Reflection. A few weeks ago, I talked about remembering where we came from. Reflection is a good one for that. Remembering what you've been through, thinking about what you did yesterday, thinking about perhaps what you did for someone else. Reflection. Oftentimes, I'll be driving around in my car and I'll shut the radio off and just think. Maybe I just reflect. Maybe I pray a little. Silence really is golden. Then there's sensitivity to flow of life force. I'm not really sure what that means, okay? But it says, life force is important to maximizing your potential and impact on those closest to you. So if silence does that, or anything to help those closest to me, I'm all for it. How about you? Insomnia. This isn't specifically talking about laying in bed in silence. This is talking about throughout the day. Take a few minutes of silence and it can help you sleep at night. Many of these things I really don't know how they work, but I truly enjoyed this website. There's one last aspect of silence, and it's things to try. One of which is invite a friend over, take a walk, but do it in total silence. Maybe just take 2 minutes and walk in silence, or maybe do the whole walk. Look at it as an experiment. Think about what you can gain from it. Maybe even something that you can get to know about that other person. Maybe the silence makes them very uncomfortable and they're antsy, or they walk faster or they walk slower. At any rate, it's something to try. How about remain in bed for an extra 5 minutes in the morning? It allows you to do a lot of things that I just talked about, reflection and so forth, planning out your day, maybe even being thankful for everything you have, and perhaps the things you don't have. Lastly, engage in deep breathing. They talk about meditation in this site as well, and I can really appreciate that. I've been thinking about meditation lately. There are things like yoga, meditation, that are so very beneficial to all of us. On this Friday, I hope you have a fantastic day, an amazing weekend this weekend, a beautiful week next week, as always, and most importantly, God bless you. Thanks for watching.